Alright, let's get into it. The Minecraft movie, a Minecraft movie is rolling out on physical copies, so it's the right time to properly do a full breakdown of just how terrible this movie is. Yes, I get it. It's a meme. Chicken jockey. I know, trust me. I know. But also, as a movie, this is a poorly put together movie. And you know this. As a Minecraft movie, this is a terrible Minecraft movie. Here, take a flashbang of your Minecraft memories. Remember all the aspects of this open world sandbox universe and hold on to it. Let's see how many Minecraft things they actually do in the Minecraft movie. Because honestly, it's not a lot. I'm still gonna cheer when it's time to cheer. I am Steve. I'm not all grumps doing this, but let's not kid ourselves. This is no narrative masterpiece. And the more you actively think about this movie, the worse it seems. Let's get into every nitty-gritty problem with a terrible Minecraft movie. We begin, first frame.
The overworld.
Alright, the tone is set. Is this movie gonna be 80% Jack Black calling out Minecraft assets in the exact same delivery? Oh yes. We're all about tell, don't show in this universe. Great for the memes. Literally point and clap. But hey, starting up as faithful to the Minecraft world as you can, yeah, that's pretty nice. We love the music. We love the loading screen. This is adaptation done right at first. And then they go live action. Look, this is the classic thing when it comes to video game adaptations, right? Why do we have to get flesh tubery? When a world is real-time computer generated, why don't we just pre-render computer generated? It's literally been a perfected formula for the Minecraft fan base for years, but no, we gotta make it real to make it all the more complicated. Add in the real world too, just to muddy your feet even more. But that's just the creative designs. Wait until the story picks up.
I wasn't meant to sell doorknobs.
Welcome to the least memorable part of the movie. Inventing Steve's origin story. Sure, it's fine. But it's interesting, because there is clearly a tone that this movie is going for, right? It's outright comedy. It's the same-ish lens as Macho Libre, also a Jack Black movie, and with the same director too. And in a bubble, sometimes that's good. But as it clashes with the Minecraft world itself, it all just falls apart. But at least it's brief here.
Head fake! Oh, yeah!
Okay. What the hell was that? This is the first nuclear red flag of what a terrible narrative this movie has going for it. You ready for all this? Immediately with the second ever character introduced in this movie, and it's a complete washout in so many directions. Who is he? He's an original character that this movie has invented? Fair enough, there were only like 2 characters before. Sure, Old Man Steve, it seems, same clothes, same yearnings, but it's not. He's nobody, unnamed and unused, and apparently unaging as well. Why? Just because he's a joke obstacle in a comedy movie doesn't mean you need to just ignore some setup. This could easily even be something that has room to explore, you know? A mystery in the background to start up this narrative, because there are so many questions if it was logical. Who is this guy? Why is he in the mines? Aren't they inactive? If not, where's everybody else? How does he not age? Why does he growl? Does he know about the Minecraft world? Is he attached to some other characters in the Minecraft lore if you think about it enough? Will anything loop back to this guy at the beginning? No, of course not. There's no time travel in the Minecraft story, unless it's gonna be a plot twist ender to this 7-part movie series. But even then, where does he go from here? Beaten by a sidestep to the right and seemingly gives up. Why is he protecting the mines? How does he not catch up to Steve? And why does he not discover the portal after the part where it's uncovered? It's just the most nonsensical non-issue because funny. But then why are we watching it if nothing's grounded? Chicken jockey!
Head fake!
Also, what is hip fake? Head fake?
Head fake!
I can't even understand Jack Black's Jack Blackness in the half of this movie. I shouldn't have filmed this during a British heatwave. I'm gonna be liquid by the end of this video.
This thingy and that cool thingy.
So, I wasn't even gonna start this point so early, but no, it kind of warrants it here. Minecraft the game is specifically defined by its open world ability to let anyone's creativity be manifested. You have a vast collection of items and blocks with which to build practically anything. It has already more than enough building blocks to complete any story within those barely limitations. People have invented functioning computer systems in-game, and yet This movie, with the writers literally being in creative mode, you know, they could put down any blocks to build this version of Minecraft, still chooses to invent new blocks and new items just to fit their story into the Minecraft assignment. And that, I think, just wraps up how uncreative the writers of this movie really were, because not even Minecraft creative mode was enough to finish their story. Like with this MacGuffin, what is it? A block tray and a glowing block. What does it do?
It opened a portal to another world.
It creates portals. Okay, maybe flint and steel and obsidian is a little tough sell to do unprompted in the real world, but then later on, it just becomes a source of power, a battery. That's completely different from a portal maker, so it's lazy is what it is. I would have much preferred at least doing something in-universe, like say, an Ender Dragon heart, if you had to invent something. It also allows for the Minecraft games to make some movie adaptations and create a symbiotic relationship there. But no, forget about it. You can also forget about why this thingy is in the mines, and found so soon in the shallow walls. Just follow along.
Pig house.
Kill me now!
Weirdly, I think this is about as close as we get to a genuine Minecraft gameplay experience. The progression that most players go through of the dirt house first and all that, yeah, that's nice. Genuinely feels like progression. I sure hope the rest doesn't feel like they're running around semi-aimlessly for the other 100 minutes.
So I tamed him with a crusty femur bone.
It's at this point that Steve does the Minecraft thing, and it's great. You got the beats, there's mini gag lines like nighttime that happens every 20 minutes, but you'll also come to find that all of this is gonna speed by at an ungodly pace. Also, every time a wolf spawns, there's just gonna be a bone innocuously placed right in front of it for taming. At least this time you could justify it's from the skeletons that were outside his house last night. They could have established that a little harder, but maybe they didn't want to spoil the fire scene. Hey, wait a minute! There weren't any skeletons outside last night. That's all zombies! What the hell? Where did this femur bone come from?
We built endless masterpieces.
And you know what? I'm starting to notice all the things I really wanted from a Minecraft movie is right here in this prologue, to be tapped upon and then skipped over entirely. A giant creative build in universe? That's awesome! And setting it up now early on to come back to later, yeah, never mind, we're not doing that. Steve's world disappears. Builds are only decoration anyway. It's not like there's an electric wire system that could be used in future or anything.
And the years simply flew by.
Huh, I literally didn't even realize his beard turned grey here. Also, why did they do that? Minecraft Steve isn't graying. And does he mean he literally spent years here? Probably. Or does time actually move faster in here? Because we've seen what 6 real-time years can do, and let me tell you, it's a lot more than a single amusement park. There's too many parallels to Jumanji in this movie, it being a cliche and all. So let's assume it's not a time dilation thing. Hell, maybe it's a time freeze, considering old man Miner McGee back there. Who knows where he went? Anyway, a couple of nouns later.
Chest, flint and steel. The Nether. Dennis! Led by Malgosia.
Oh, of course! Malgosia! Don't you guys remember Malgosia from the games? You know, that one mob that, what was it? Piglin Sorceress? Yeah. Actually, looking into it, maybe this was a good expansion, actually. There's not really a mob that could take this magical leaderly place, other than maybe a witch, which just looks like a villager. Wardens and withers and the rest of it seem to be kind of specific, so maybe a magic piglin isn't the end of the world here. Not added to the game, though. And no real mage creatures in general, it seems. Odd.
And stole back the orb.
So, like, this should have been the first Minecraft movie, right? This is a whole narrative bundled up into 6 minutes. Sure, it's a comedy montage, and maybe it can only work like that, but, like, this has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It has the player experience, a clear sense of progression. We can follow along as we establish new Minecraft territory alongside Steve for the first time. And if you must, just give Steve some friends alongside him. Maybe not 4, but hey, we'll see. To bump out the dialogue. Having him have a whole story and then loop back to do a slower version again just makes it feel like a naff sequel movie before the original has even come out. This feels like a Minecraft movie too. Another Minecraft movie. Why did we do this? Why didn't Steve just also run? He clearly has space. Also, if he was caged, even if only briefly, how has Malgosia not used the Orb of Dominance to already open a portal yet? Why did she leave it hanging around? And why can't the piglins use the giant normal portal in the middle of their base? They specifically can in the games. Are we inventing new Minecraft rules as well? Yes, apparently they need nether wart to survive the sun, but also they already have some, so they can pillage at any time, and also nether warts are from the games, and they are also the most basic ingredient to all potions. But hey, I guess it's just the potion now, I guess. Talk about awkward. And that's not even the worst of it.
So he ran all the way back to my house on Earth.
What? This is massive! This is the cliffhanger ending to the real Minecraft movie. End it with a teaser of going to the real world and you're set up for the real Minecraft movie too. A mob going into the real world? What are the ramifications of that? How did the wolf know about the real world? And even more, how the hell did he know Steve's address from just words? Does Steve already own a dog? Why the doggy door? And if the years just slip by, then who lives there now? Actually, we'll come to know that. So then did the wolf just intrude on her in this scene, but then they would have cut it all out? I better see that in the sequel. Oh, no, I'm getting ahead of myself, because Steve's bedroom is still intact in this scene. The timeline of events just does not make sense.
Putting it under my waterbed's a horrible plan.
And also, this is so crazy off the wall to just suddenly drop in, I kid you not, 7 minutes into the movie.
Took the gaming world by storm.
And now the real movie begins. In the cliche ways it has to do. It's a gaming movie, so we have to include retro arcade machines because video games never progressed. You've seen this character archetype before. The classic cliche. But this time, it's Jason Momoa in the comedic role. And I don't necessarily think he's awful in this movie. Just his character, his writing, his directing, his delivery, and his screaming. But taking on a comedic role, yeah, maybe he's got potential. But it just doesn't show in this movie. But he used to be good in the 80s. Will those fighting moves in-game be utilized in a later part of the movie's combat? Nope. Technically in the background. You don't really notice it. Canonically, he's the weakest fighter. In fact, the ending of his story is a direct middle finger to any gamers in the crowd who might actually be watching the movie adaptation of the most popular video game of all time. Woohoo! So on the cusp of being evicted, the garbage man here goes to a unit sale because now Steve's stuff is being sold. Also, it has a rare Atari thing inside it. So does Steve have any connection to that, or... Also, some Minecraft YouTubers are here.
We've got $600 over here, got $800 over here.
Very cool. No, I do not know them personally. I am horrible at networking. At most, I am 2 degrees of separation away from 3 of them, in different ways. If you count watching Call of Duty montages 15 years ago as an in. Hopefully none of them get cancelled, or this movie will be even more outdated soon. You know what Minecraft YouTubers are like. Stay away from the roleplay ones that aren't AFMAL. Though how thematic on a meta sense this scene is a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers looking to auction off of the property of someone else. Yada yada yada, content farm is in there somewhere. But not to any of the people specifically shown on screen in this movie. I don't mean them. Again, I don't know them personally. I don't want to be that guy. Don't want to burn bridges before I've even met the people. Anyway, on to the other protagonists.
But it was Mom's dying wish for us to live here.
Yeesh, want to fill that first line up with any more bloated exposition? Now that we're not dealing with the Minecraft world and Steve, the dialogue from these characters just falls off a cliff. In fact, let's see if Natalie here, apparently aged in her early 20s, but honestly they cast her so young as a sister I didn't register as an adult at all, let's see if she'll end up getting any solid lines in this movie. Don't count on it.
What's going on with that dude?
Says the boy who doesn't seem to know where he's looking or who he's addressing at with that line. Also along here, we meet our 5th protagonist, Dawn, equally as terribly written.
People love working at the potato chip factory.
It's fine for now, but soon enough, she's gonna be the most cliche catchphrase woman you could ever invent, to the point it's practically insulting. But I do like the concept, I think, of Natalie's job being a social media manager. At the very least, it's a slightly more mature twang of the influencer dead horse. And it can come with some genuine storytelling if you let it, whilst also being a light gag at the same time. And fitting for a character as young as she is, 38. As for Dawn, this bit here...
Real estate's not my only hustle.
This is meant to be the establishment that she's the animal person. I wonder if any of that will be utilized well in this movie. Don't count on it. So a few small scenes later has Henry meeting Garrison and the head teacher who mostly just rolls out gag lines.
You probably heard that my husband Clemente recently divorced me.
And then we're at school, everyone's favorite part of the Minecraft movie. And it's pretty much all so that Henry here can keep giving weird looks to the side because every character is so strange in this town. He's the straight man in the middle of a comedy. The normal one. But also, he can fully build a jetpack on just maths alone using the gear in the school science class. A cliche archetype child role from like the 90s. This is Kevin McAllister tropes. And after one small line to provoke him,
So prove it.
he does so. I'm not sure if a skeleton mannequin quite counts as maths, but sure. And you know why it goes wrong? because the two bullies cut a wire. So we'll remember that. This jetpack works, if not sabotaged. Boy genius can do anything he puts his mind to. A tenement of Minecraft being put together. Nice. Right? How could they possibly screw that up? All this CGI in this movie, and somehow this is one of the worst looking shots of the movie. Even against the green screen crap. It's the source for everything coming together, kinda, and also pretty poorly planted in. One wire makes it careen to the side perfectly like that? And grounds for expulsion? And Henry has Garbage Man's number now?
Pretend to be my uncle.
No way, I don't do that stuff anymore.
Anymore? What the hell does that mean? I think it's time we skip through some of this movie. I am 5 pages in, and we're about 1/5 of the way into the movie at 44 minutes of recording. This IRL section of the movie is so completely different from the Minecraft part of this Minecraft movie. I've heard arguments that this bit in a bubble actually isn't so bad. You know, it has that same kind of campy comedic tones as the director's other things. And sure, you know, it's fun. Funny even in places.
Do not follow this orb, even if you're a struggling business owner.
But let's just skip to the entrance. They managed to chuck the girls in there too.
He's fine. He's just planning an abandoned mine shaft.
Because the not social media manager tech expert was able to GPS to Henry's phone. Does any of this movie not piece together with gum, string, and a dream? Seriously.
Who's this guy? Guys, let go!
And into the green screen set we go. I'm a sucker for soundtrack adaptations. And then it goes into your classic orchestral rendition like a standard movie would do. All right. Characters look around, make quips about their observation. Garbage Man jumps ahead with old school video game logic, which I quite like. Must be a quest giver, he says. Not quite sure that's 80s, but sure. Oh, and also... this story beat, I don't know, man. This just opens up all the same questions as when the wolf did it earlier. Why suddenly now, and not at any point sooner? It's entertaining, and that's what it's all about. It'll only get stupider and funnier, I guess, as it goes for sheer absurdity. Perhaps even, this is the best bit of the Minecraft movie, actually. Yeah, just leave from this point on, and you'll have the better experience. Now this, I like. An opportunity to get some character establishment with a simple but effectively investing character gag? Hell yeah! You can make all sorts of inferences from this. It makes the villain mobs a little more sympathetic and makes the main villain a little more evil. Yeah, more of this, please. The right balance of absurd and fun and effective storytelling. Could work on the convincing evil laugh, though. So Malgosia is informed of the cube's re-arrival, kicking the main plot in motion as she makes Steve get it back for her. For some reason. No flaws in that logic at all. Oh no, okay, she enforces servitude through blackmail.
For your little dog's life.
The dog that she knows she doesn't have, but she knows last had the orb. And now the orb is back in world, and presumably with the dog. That they're now sending Steve back out to get the orb and the dog to go to straight to the dog. How does she even know what a dog is? And so it is nighttime.
Does that feel quick to anyone else?
Okay, I was just about to comment about how this is just good and standard quipping of, you know, a Minecraft adaptation, but hold on, did that sheep actually respond to her? Is this meant to be another clue that she's good with animals? Was it going to be a thing that she could literally talk to video game animals? Or is it just a talking goat meme? What the hell is going on in the structuring of this movie? It looks more messy the more I rewatch it. God, why am I rewatching this again?
What in the hell?
Oh yeah. And it's time to observe the most stereotypical lines in a 2025 movie. You know, she's not even reacting to the mobs yet. Literally just Garbage Man's ramblings. That being said, the actual action sequence is pretty nice and stellar, if you don't look too closely to the feet when they're running on the spot. The CGI of the spiders and skeletons is stellar in their cubic form. The actual beats of the action are pretty in tune to gameplay with some movie flares in there. And having Garbage Man fall into a hole to naturally begin digging with his flat perspective is absolutely perfect. You can bet it's a difficult thing to write that man with only his fist chooses to punch tree, you know? So having him cornered and with an admitted convenient shovel at his feet is probably the best you could logically do. Hey, how about actually punching a tree? Is the movie able to adapt that very well? it's a little choppy. It's more of a crime that Henry immediately builds an eccentric castle tower with none of the time to put into tree demolition. But hey, these are the classic issues a Minecraft writer would fall into. So this movie chooses to just steamroll over it instead. 2025 movie, by the way. Oh, also the orb breaks its shell, so the gate closes. I guess that's why nothing's happened sooner. There's only been like a day gap since the gate reopened to now. Though since it was a cube inside of a transparent cube, it still looks like the same interchangeable prop. But another fight scene, and yeah, it's great work and comedic too.
You're moving. Oh!
Also makes it a real shame that the protagonists are in the flesh, since it's clear that this 3D CGI work manages to do away with a lot of the uncanny nature of everything else in this green screen movie. Sure, there are chunks of actual set design, but when it's not there, the actors are literally performing in front of a wall, and it shows. Nice. Look, I may be a critic, but I am entertained. It's a pop culture music choice jammed in there because the only real options from the Minecraft soundtrack is bussin'. But at the same time, if we're going full campy Shaun of the Dead, why not make these actors actually in sync, you know? It's the difference between phoning it in for shallow family entertainment and the arts, you know what I mean? And with such a musical Steve, it would be so fitting for him to try to do things in melody. It's not like the director and cast isn't talented. I mean, they must be talented. They managed to make a horde of on-fire zombies not set alight the impossible wooden tower. Because now we listen to the video game logic and not movie logic.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Pause for effect. I'm Steve.
Also, this is the wrong take. If you're gonna be culturally eternal, you better re-release the movie with the iconic version of the shot.
Seriously have no idea what you're dealing with.
Yep, I'm keeping this. So Steve goes on to exposite us along for the next 10 minutes, and this is the best part of the movie. This is what we're here for. The Minecraft part of the Minecraft movie. The adaptation part of this adaptation.
Not without the Earth Crystal.
Except for the movie original set piece that somehow this lady was able to recognize.
You mean that little boxy thing?
Even though it was a transparent attachment to a similar looking cube that was busted while she was up the tower. Okay, ignore some of the ugliest live action shots in a 2025 movie and ignore the impossible directorial choice of having every character and background have the same directorial lighting. Is the sun behind Steve or is it behind the others? Are they facing the same way on top of this wooden tower? Are there two suns? Anyway, on to the fun bit.
They're the villagers. Crushing a loaf. Legend. Iron golem. Hot lava. Chicken. Lava. Chicken. Mamacita. Lava attack. Mountains. Forest. Shrooms. Stash. TNT. Firework rocket. Boots of swiftness. Diamond armor. Blades. Woodland mansion. Treasures. Ender pearl. Enderman crafting table. Heaven. Blade. Buckets. Buck chuckets.
I'll be honest, I quite like the buck chuckets. If there's any way to create an original Minecrafty thing for comedic effect, then yeah, this is it. Anyway, across all this referential showcase, we've had a couple of important beats. Natalie accidentally upsets Henry by declaring that he destroyed the mascot earlier and trying to bring him somewhere safe. And Steve's been attempting to hit on this movie's theme that you should explore creativity, but as you can imagine, it wasn't done very well. I mean, do you remember the scene I'm describing? No, but you do probably remember the Technoblade reference. And that is super solid stuff. A great way to commemorate someone in an eternal form. It's simple, it's throwaway, it's satisfying, it's perfect. Somewhere beyond this soulless story, there is indeed a heart in this movie. But anyway, back to said story.
It's a tot launcher.
This is an interesting choice. In combining an endless world built for creativity and a creative kid, the architects of this movie choose to make said kid invent creative ideas not already established in the Minecraft world. It's a weird conflict, because Minecraft alone holds so much creativity within it, but it is admittedly crazy creative to push against those endless boundaries. I think in some cases it works. We got plenty of other Minecraft references, I guess, but it's a defining trait of this movie whether you agree with it or not. Anyway, now that we've paused to ogle, it's time for the plot to move on as Chungus invades the village now. Yes, his name is Chungus, by the way, and his voice is insufferable.
They have to unalive you and stuff.
This movie doesn't know what year it's from, but I can tell you in regards to time, this is the midway point of the movie. The most we're here in Minecraft scene is halfway through the entire thing. It's all shallowing out from here. But that's where the terrible stuff really comes out. So come subscribe if you haven't already, since you've made it halfway through this video as well. More terribles or newish movies coming soon. Cheers. And now... Now this is great. Again, when it comes to the action sequences, even just the beats surrounding the fight scenes is great foundational work. Your best fighter is knocked out at the start. Fight on the back foot. Great work, or at least that's the case for the boys. Now that we've got an impromptu split of the cast, it's time for half the characters' souls to be flushed down the toilet. The girls finally have a scene by themselves post-Minecraft. I wonder if they'll ever pass the Bechdel test, now that they're finally not sharing a scene with a boy. Don't count on it. Let's chart it. Alright, places everyone. Now remember, you're in the middle of a village, you're about to be invaded, okay? It's mid-fight scene. Now, what's your next moves in order to survive? What's the plan?
We have to get to Henry.
Well, we didn't pass the Bechdel test in this scene, maybe in the next one. But hey, the action's nice. And so with a single fireball splitting one village intersection, the groups must be eternally separated. Can't go around the buildings or anything. And so the boys head off. Any acknowledgement of the others, or is it a total one-sided investment? Ah, here's one.
Garrett, what about Natalie?
Meet her at the mansion.
From here on is actually another solid sequence. All from Elytra wingsuits. From build-up to jump to execution, this is pretty great. It is a little bit 2D green screeny, but when the music kicks in, it's a lot of that stupid fun that this movie is really going for. But bring in the drums and some stakes with the fireballs, and it's another decent and fun action sequence. Whenever there's something 3D and CG, it looks pretty nice, but when it's 2D and obviously fake backlit, it's just a bit crap. Welcome to a Minecraft movie in a nutshell, as the boys act to take down ghasts before our very eyes. A Minecraft classic, but also a bit of a branding error, if you ask me. Remember, this is a 2025 movie, and with it comes 2025 Minecraft, which at the same time as this movie's release, brought out their own update of Happy Ghasts. Now sure, maybe it's a little greedy of me to expect a fresh new mob to immediately be used in a recent movie that was clearly going through developmental hell, but also, that same update introduced us to the lore of the Ghast and justifies all of their evil actions as toiling in tears over the suffering of their children as they struggle in the heat of the Nether. And having such a sympathetic backstory that is canonical to these giant evil form creatures we're seeing destroyed and frowning during it before our very eyes, it's just a little devastated when synced with the actual Minecraft video game. If I can request anything from a Minecraft sequel, beyond stop, it's plug in some updated stuff like a Happy Ghast. Feed my demonstrably cynical soul. Anyways, the action scene closes out with the growing trend of homoeroticism that this movie is both playing for laughs and playing well. We get the single best gameplay adaptation from game to screen, and that is the water bucket save. No notes, this is exactly what I really want to see from a Minecraft adaptation. Actually adapting the quirks of gameplay onto a cinematic experience. Next time I expect to see stuff like boat into nether lava, nuclear TNT explosions, or spider webbing to avoid the void. You know, the quirky but relatable stuff. That's what makes good adaptations. Pointing out the quirks and being relatable about it. Anyway, back to the girls that have a record Bechdel time.
You can really fight, Nat.
I have no idea where it came from. There he is!
Well, at least it isn't Henry this time. Maybe referring to a villager is a cop-out since they're all he's, right? Is that a thing? Is there a single female villager in Minecraft the game? Let alone the movie. Oh, never mind. Apparently all villagers are genderless. Interesting. Shame that Natalie has internalized this one as male. Still counts. So like, this villager arc is one of the highlights, right? But admittedly, it's kind of just a one-trick gag. In trying to add more runtime to the villager falls in love with a human and it's Jennifer Coolidge, it just only shows how shallow the idea really is. Yeah, it's funny to look at and conceptualize, but listen to the actual gags they have for this scene.
Didn't have any personality. Not like you.
That's it. An ironic comment that the villager has a personality. You know, it's not really a good joke. This is scene 3, and they run dry on the humor of them. Impressive.
Nether's got talent.
Gosh, sending me to 2009 with this one, and not in a meta gaming kind of way. This is another decision. Though I guess, what else is there really to bounce off of? The mob is new, there's no real platform for backstory unless they tackled the obscure and real Minecraft lore, and faintly connects to the theme of creativity and suppression. It's the campy, quirky fun that faintly creates a justified villain in a way that's neutrally forgettable.
Go find some gold.
Also, where is this guy now? Did they all die of old age? He looks pretty Chungus-like.
The world and everything in it will wither and die.
It's such a shame that the Wither doesn't appear in this movie. Could have even been a sly piece of foreshadowing that withers will appear during the doom and gloom event that happens later in the movie. I mean, we do love our Minecraft references in this Minecraft movie. And hey, Chungus is getting fired, so it's a chance for a new mob type. We've got piglins, the piglin sorceress, and just a big pigling. So moving on from that, we get to go to...
Bring out the beast!
I'm sorry, what was that?
The beast!
The beast?
The beast!
Is she saying beast? Or is she actually saying the beast? I mean, we've already had General Chungus spouting unalive earlier, so I wouldn't put it past them to make a particularly fresh internet piece of lingo out there. Take your pick. The most generic brute villain name you could go for, or the beast.
You're firing me?
Out with the big piglin, in with the even bigger piglin.
We are so lost. My one job was to protect Henry.
Girly time again! Wandering the woods in the dark after the boys is flying, bucket landing, exposition, and argument. I'm sure the writers thought they had written a functional female because she can fight. Not a total flat reverse stereotype of its own. But beyond the background issues, there's a more upfront problem with this scene in particular with the direction it goes in. Yep. There's Dennis, the real MacGuffin for Steve's motivations, the missing blackmail item for Malgosia, and central piece to stitching this whole movie together at the start. And now it just wanders up to the girls unprovoked. Even the achievement of reuniting is not one to be awarded from efforts or actions. Oh wait, no, there's some action. Since this friendly wolf is uncharacteristically unfriendly right now.
This one just needs some TLC.
Oh! Okay! So that was there, was it? Another wolf has spawned in front of you. Actually, it's the same damn wolf from before. You can just look at your feet, and huzzah! There's tuppence, there's a threepence, and there is a bone by one's feet. What are the odds of that one? Did this movie seriously just Suicide Squad us? I feel like we were supposed to have a solid setup here that was switched last minute because these two just got done beating a zombie. If there's meant to be a femur at their feet, then why the hell is it not, I don't know, a bloody skeleton? The pieces were almost there for this tragically poorly written plot beat, but even that couldn't be maintained.
I think this might be our way to the Woodland Mansion.
Yeah, the wolf's already gone, Dawn. By the way, they've been going on about having no map to the Woodland Mansion, but looking back, they were asking for one before they were split up. From Steve. Who knows where it is? Genius! And also, the things the girls intended failed, and sheer luck rolls into them. How empowering.
What the heck, man? Natalie could be at the mansion already.
Okay, so there is some feelings coming from Henry, but also, on this split adventure, he's just been pushing to go as fast as possible. The actual creative element, untouched.
We're totally safe.
This literally plays out like a roller coaster plotline, to a T, except with almost no motion, apart from when the cart teleports between shots. But now that they're out of the detour, it's time for the emotional breakup. How poor could it possibly be?
You are literally the most selfish person I've ever met.
This is because Gaga detoured them through the mountains to grab diamonds, instead of heading straight to the goal as soon as possible on the sheer anxiety that his sister might be in danger or not, because they don't know where they are. Didn't kick Henry down or betray the group, just slowed them down slightly for riches. And Gaga's response?
I'm a freaking loser.
Finally admitting the problems in his life and opening up as a vulnerable character, showing some weakness with his unenviable circumstances.
I'm alone.
You weren't alone. I was your friend.
Yeah, that one meme has ruined this scene for me even more. You know the one I'm talking about.
Seriously have no idea what you're dealing with.
Apparently, that clears the air.
Are you finished?
No, I think he's Swedish.
Yes! Top tier! Genuinely brilliant comedy from the Villager arc. I didn't think it could be done!
The Woodland Mansion.
Oh, sweet. They made it so quickly. I expect the girls will be waiting for them ahead since they were on track 10 minutes prior.
Bro, how long you been mad at me for?
I just got mad at you.
Oh, so I guess we didn't clear the air earlier then?
You are literally the worst person in the entire world.
But has Henry heard of the Democrats? So anyway, they go in and make a Jack Black distraction.
When you're blowing out the candles on your birthday cake!
It's more Jack Black than it is Minecraft. But hey, we like Jack Black most of the time, so it's passable. Meanwhile, Henry sneaks by on the upper levels. The sneaking doesn't last very long because that would be too understimulating, so we're soon enough at the treasure room. And also the boxing ring. You know where this is going. Do you need to hear any more lines from this scene? Of course not. It's all just detour for entertainment anyway, but it works in the most so hard-leaningly ironic that it's now no longer ironic and is simply straight-up culture way.
They want me to fight the chicken?
Chicken.
He's lava chicken. It's a lava attack.
This movie is the lobotomy that will fuel screenwriting through the next recession depression. Fight scene's okay though. It's all a Macho Libre reference, I think. Leans a bit too much on slow-mo, but hey, the camera motions are motioning. Then you have Henry, showing off more Minecraft items. Hey, that's literally all we want. And sets up for the finale. The MacGuffin is gotten and we get to another mandatorily fantastic adaptation. The Enderman. Simple mechanics, iconic. How can the movie possibly do it wrong? He immediately looks into the eyes. We don't re-establish that you're not supposed to look into the eyes, and there's no sequence of trying to avoid the eyes while it teleports in the way. Like, come on, movie. Ask anyone to write an Enderman scene, and they would probably have that element in there. To just immediately go to it after being told not to is so stupid, dude. And this is the kid genius? Able to sneak around earlier for about 3 seconds?
The overworld doesn't need you, Henry.
At least there's Herobrine. White eyes, not blue. Saying a line that does not matter. Is that the theme to Henry's character? He's insecure about whether the overworld needs him? No. Surely there could have been 3 better examples of insecurities Henry would have over this generic garbage. But that's not even the worst of it. The worst bit is this.
What the?
He just stops being entranced! Unprovoked! What was it, the fireplace? Is his will so strong that he overcame his insecurities of his creations being dismissed at the end of that dream sequence? What kind of Deus Ex Machina is this? Literally nothing came in to save the day. The Enderman just blinked or something. What is this? Henry then just swings blind and the damn thing never teleports behind him. The end. Covering all the beats this scene does of how you could possibly screw up every aspect of the Enderman experience. No sneaking, no eye avoid, no good thematic insecurities, no reason white eyes, it's a crappy cameo if it is one, no reason unhooked, no fight back, no nothing. Only the CGI brings it together. This is a marvel in reverse.
Did you get the Earth Crystal?
No, Sherlock. That's why I got it in my hand.
Let's get out of this hellhole!
Still no girls, by the way. They were just waiting in their trailer this whole production time. Malgosha then flies in, reveals another beast, not even blessed with a name this time. It's like the last one was never exploded. Telekinetically grabs the orb and flies off. Oh, and also Garrett randomly sacrifices himself in a dance fight with no dancing music in it. One last dash of a choreographed fight to some music would have been great here. You know, a real 80s send-off for the 80s man. But no, now that we've discovered slow-mo, that's all we're gonna do, baby. Would have been a cool detail if we saw Garrett's body falling from the bridge, but no. Cool details is not what this movie can muster. And so Steve and Henry crash an entire biome away.
We're going down!
I'm yelling timber, you better move, you better.
Dennis!
Right. What? How long ago have these two been wandering after this wolf? Oh, it's been 17 minutes of movie. That is 17% of the movie missing. So you're telling me, at at midnight, when the boys were back in the mountain redstone mines, that the girls were discovered by the wolf, requested they get taken to the woodland mansions, walked all night, walked through the day, didn't reach the woodland mansions in good time, were an entire biome away, and found the boys and saved them. Saving them, by the way, by building a giant mushroom house with, hey, one of the nearby mushrooms from the crashing scene. Don't even get me started on the supplies needed for beds. They dragged the boys up the stairs, maybe over to the mushroom house itself, gave the wolf some distance, planted them in the beds, and only then set the wolf on them to lick them awake. All while done completely off screen, so as to not show a single thing the girls have actually achieved is actually witnessed by the millions of female audience members watching in the cinema screenings. Cinema.
We're taking it back to the 1950s with this one, lads.
The women have done nothing successful in this movie except raising pets, talking about the boys, and doing the housework. Please don't tell me they built the closest thing to a kitchen in Minecraft 2. Children yearn for the mines again, and the weird uncle is getting chummy with them. That's nostalgia. Also, emotions are just resolved now. Natalie is sorry for saying Henry did the bad thing that he did. Also, at this point, we can put that Bechdel test to rest, as these girls will never not share the screen with a male counterpart again. Let's see that total timer of not talking about boys. Wow. I know the Bechdel test is a flawed lens for rating movies, but come on, when else is there going to be an opportunity to highlight an example so egregious? And so we're at the finale. Full doom and gloom has hit us. A decent idea, too. Opening the mobs to entering the overworld in full force. It's not in the games either though, so add that to the tick box of not being able to write within the confounds of an endless creative sandbox. But I don't hate it, I guess.
First we mine, then we craft.
But this is the single most line of all time. It is so lazy, so corny, so stupid.
Let's Minecraft!
So intentional? This line really was the gamble. The cherry on top of either the best film of all time or the worst. It really works both ways. But I'm gonna say worst, just because it's so contrived. And as you're seeing in this montage, there is no mining! Steve already has it all! Or if they're building in the mushroom house, then we literally only see the homebodies, and even then, look at what they actually craft! They made a wire. A straight line of redstone with TNT and a lever. It's not a craft, it's a line. Oh, there's one. A singular mining shot at diamonds, no less. And the villagers are watching. Are they back at the village base now? What is the timeline of this movie?
Go on, bring me the gold!
And so the army invades the overworld. Kinda like what they already did before, but on a bigger scale, to destroy all creativity that only Steve really brought in, and also still greed. Got a double dose on that, I guess. Meanwhile, suddenly, there's a great creative move. The protagonists are building an army of iron golems. Now this is actually profound. This is big brain. This is how you do a good finale to a Minecraft movie. What a shame it's not established that there were plans to make them with their words or how to make them. But they did pokedly establish the guy twice, telling about him and then showing about him. And though it's far from perfect, it's a good idea. Nice one, movie. If only you could do more foundational work. Where is that old man from the beginning again? And then to me, they kind of ruin it too. Why was this necessary? Are multiple iron golems not enough? Was there a mandate? Wow. Was there a mandate to use a Minecraft Dungeons item in the main plot? This, to me, feels less like expanding boundaries and more like just outright breaking the sandbox. Inventing IRL portals? Sure. And a MacGuffin to go with it? Okay. Malgotia? I guess no other mobs fit, sure. Bigger piglins? I guess. Buck chuckets? Fun. Tot launcher? Where did that go, by the way? Doom and gloom? Sure. Nether's Got Talent? you're losing me. But now a swiftness I am golem just feels like the writers are saying that the confines of Minecraft are not good enough to play around with. The sand in this sandbox is too brittle and itchy, so we're gonna throw heaps of it out and spill in our own stuff. And if the creative mode of Minecraft is not enough to tell your Minecraft movie, I gotta tell you, it's a pretty terrible Minecraft movie. And this is the embodiment of that, in slightly faster gear. Ooh. From here though, it's pretty sweet. Let the animation do its thing. There's choreographed beats, character moments, Henry looks incredibly pasted in at some points, as Małgosia goads from up top. The swift I am golem getting all the real moments so as to take away from the performance requirements of all the other actors even more. Steve's there in diamond armor, doing Jack Black things instead.
What is this? Breakfast?
All the while they beat it, stopping the laser beam at the top with the MacGuffin, yada yada yada. Oh, that's back now! I looked it up, and Henry drops it back at the Elytra cliff. But I guess they mine and crafted another? Alright then. Put together though, it is a sweet collaboration of a top launcher, ender pearl, gloom gate against a new based piglin versus swift I am golem conflict. The final move, only fueled by 4 out of 5 invented assets for the movie.
Butt crack! I got something for you.
Yeah, we're roller coasting right now. Big Brute stops in front of Natalie before hitting, stops to turn at a singular voice, and she suddenly has an entire army of wolves on their side because reasons? Again, there's a semblance of a character arc from them as being the animal lover, but it's so fatally established in a chronological way that it's just undeserved. You see it well in reality. There's that one talking sheep moment crammed in there, comments here and there that she knows animals, but otherwise, even when alone with one other person in scenes, she never really talks about herself. Apart from saying she doesn't want to have a bunch of side hustles, we never hear her motivations or developments. She is even less utilized than the Bechdel egg timer. And it's a shame because a better Minecraft movie could have capitalized on it. Gamers approach Minecraft in a variety of forms. Some do mine, while some do craft. But others farm. They grow chickens and pelt them with eggs or make prison cells that breed creepers. And this movie could have leaned more into the different playstyles of all of their player base represented by each of the different protagonist characters. To have everyone seen, and so we could see more of Minecraft in the Minecraft movie. And Dawn could have simply been the animal person. But she has no scenes. She's here to give out her best "what the hells?" and then support the woman looking for a boy. It's an even more egregious character trope, and one that's so outdated for, let me remind you, a 2025 movie with presumably millions of female watchers. Not even a shot in the mine and craft montage that she's doing something different. That would infer a personality. That makes her less desirable than a canonical villager. I don't know why I did that. And there's your fist-raising moment. Garrett's alive and saved Henry too.
I want you to jab in the tentacles.
Oh man, don't make me bring out the sympathy rant again. So they shoot down the gloom gate, so that's just what I'm calling it. I don't even know what it is. It's just a superpowered nether portal, okay. And everyone around them burns and zombifies. We don't really see the zombification. It looks more like just blistering, which is kind of gross. And the humans celebrate against all this brutality. Swift Iron Golem now has the power to uppercut the Beast Piglin sky high, Iron Man up to his height, and then Super Mario Bros him down to the ground because this is a movie, and all is happy. Except for Małgosia with one final scene. No more action, it's back to the campy vibes of only comedy.
Do you have a little knife? Come on!
Ironically, I feel like it finally found a decent balance right at the end here. Because this was genuine comedy that I think my audience unironically just adored. Perhaps if only the villain could spend more time talking to Steve himself, they could have had more value to them and their scenes. It's just the same as that child piglin at the start of the movie. Małgosia needed better moments to bounce off of someone, but alas, ending time. Time to say goodbye to the world.
But I'm gonna go make stuff anyway.
And what was the big lesson from Henry? There wasn't one. He didn't seem insecure in his creativity, and he was clearly good at it before. Now he's just brave enough to try in the real world. like he was at the start of the movie. He was motivated slightly by the time limit away from his sister. Don't think about it. Thematically, this movie just falls apart.
It's time for you to go change hers too.
Oh, so this adventure also means Steve has to give up his dog. That's character arc, baby! Dawn has such an impact as the animal person that she deserves the possession of all animals within her vicinity, but not the Marvel army from before. No, it has to be Steve's, because her life needs to change, and one more animal will fix it, I swear. Just add one more lane. That'll stop the side hustles. A cubic wolf.
Go now, Dennis.
I'll spare you that one.
If I would have known you could sing, it would have helped me get past your smell.
Have we transported to another movie? Why is she the quirky one now? I mean, I'd argue it's a flaw that this whole movie has been the straight man kid, the straight man sister, the straight man woman, and then two quirky dudes and that's it. But this is a whole 180 from the last 100 minutes. And you heard him sing before, lady. Maybe if there was less eye-rolling from everyone and more cartoony people, this could have been a better movie. But it's already stupid enough.
Why don't you bring some of that magic to the real world?
And Steve has a revelation of his own. One that has not at all really been taken on as an arc through this movie. He's always been the perfect fix-it Felix of this narrative. No flaws, no problems, just coasting head first. He wanted his dog, and then it appeared in his lap. Only mentions of knowing bullying. It's not enough. But hey, it's an ending now.
Block City Battle Buddy.
So this is what Garrett made in his best ending. A new game of his own, the big thing. But look at it. You know what this is? Hunk City Rampage. It's just the same game again. Also a beat 'em up, also on arcade, and a pixel art rendition of literally their adventure, which in most other Jumanji ripoffs would be okay, but what is meant to be one of the pillar themes of a Minecraft movie? It's what the Lego movie could actually achieve. It's creativity. You're telling me that in the very best ending, co-directed by the architects of creativity in the Minecraft world, was the most heinous example of plagiarism and not keeping up with the times. I get it as a homage or that it's in the same genre, but are you seriously going to tell me that in 2025, the next hit game is going to be an arcade machine? I thought Garrett's themes would be about living in the now, not being stuck in the past. But hey, you can just drag the past into the present and call it a day. And also, what a middle finger to the gamers in the crowd. This guy's entire archetype is, what a loser, he still plays video games. And so the answer to this flaw, according to this movie, is to instead be someone who creates video games instead. You've just simply got to grow up, gamers. Only losers play video games, says the most popular video game movie of all time. I'm honestly baffled at how poorly written every character's end arc is being done. Is this intentional? Is this part of the bit? What an elaborate and detailed design in that case. At least Steve gets to keep being Jack Black.
She and Dennis brought the party wherever they went.
What does this mean? So she set up a moving zoo for people to witness? Or is it just the wolf? Either way, it's monetized now, enough to make ends meet. Okay.
To share her new skill set with the real world.
She taught fighting like a good stereotypical strong woman. Gone are the connections to Henry, stepping up as a parental figure or giving more space there, or the social media manager thing, or living up to the wishes of her dead mother. Nothing really in line with the start of the movie and anything that has a semblance to a theme connected to the character. It's not really an arc that she's gone on and more of a phoenix reawakening. Any arc died for most of the movie and then she revived on a completely different development line.
He finally got that jetpack to work.
And that was his ending? He literally was able to do that at the start of the movie. He was just sabotaged. Do we address how to tackle the bullies? Or no, they just stare gormlessly. Do your creativity in private and only reveal it when it's done and it works. I guess there's a line of logic there. That's how I started my YouTube. I was Hannah Montana-ing it the whole time. It's also literally a DreamWorks dance party ending. Look around. Everybody's dancing. Even the straight man, and the straight man. At least it makes sense that the not straight men are singing and dancing the whole time. And that's the last frame of the movie. Blurred and looking like it leads to more songs. If that's not messy, I don't know what is. But wait, there's more. How much Minecraft was in this Minecraft movie?
Birthday cake! Hot lava. Overworld. The Nether. Vindicators. Chicken. The Woodland Mansion. Firework rock. Enderman. The Woodland Mansion is mine. Legend. TNT. Blades. Flint and steel. Minecraft. Villagers. Woodland Mansion. Elytra. Steve. Water bucket. Lava. Creeper farm. The evokers. Pig house. Boots of swiftness. Blade. Minecraft. Forest. Wither lines. Diamond armor. Loot chamber. Ender pearl. Chicken jockey. Enderman. The Nether. Loaf. Redstone. Crafting table. Lava chicken. Iron golem. Buckets. The orb. Shrooms. Mountains. Craft. Treasures. Stash. Chest. Nether wart. Mushroom hut.
And how many stereotypical reaction lines did they sneak in there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. What in the hell? Oh, my gosh. Oh, whoa. Fight some pig. How's he doing that? Nice. What am I doing here?
And look at all those ugly ass shots this movie thought was acceptable. Weirdly, a lot of them are the ones of just Steve talking in front of his green screen, but the lighting in them is just not on.
You totally blew it.
But this is art, and plays on loop in my head. That's right, Clemente. This is bullshit. She does not ever in this open goal go, I sound more like Squidward when I This movie seriously had no idea what you're dealing with. It is so trash it looped back to being brilliant again, and no, they could never manage to hit this success again. A proper lightning in a bottle, but Minecraft doesn't have that item in game. Oh, and one more thing. Pause. Timeline check. So Steve left at some undisclosed point when he didn't have grey hair, experiences his entire Minecraft story in the real Minecraft 1 movie. At the very end is captured and sends away his wolf. This giant cubic dog parades through the cat flap and leaves the MacGuffin under Steve's bed while it's still Steve's place. Only then, after this insurmountable undisclosed amount of time, does the house get decommissioned and his room set up to an auction at a storage unit sometime during the beginning of this movie. The protagonists are gone for like, what, 1 or 2 days. The girls never sleep, and just a few Minecraft days pass. Steve comes out, montages with Garrett, and then at some undisclosed point later, Steve goes back home? I'm not certain that an entire house switch-up fits in this. Unless he's staying at Gargar's place for a notable amount of time. Hey, at least that characteristically lines up.
Is this about that chest in the attic?
Wow. And that's probably the most unrealistic first meet I've ever seen. A man jumps about like that in front of you and you invite him in? Yeah, okay. What are your bets on the celebrity casting for this Alex then? Kate McKinnon is apparently the voice performance, but that's subject to change either way. I hope the quality of another Minecraft movie entirely changes too. Because this is a god-awful piece of trash movie. From thematics, to adaptation, to character, to arc, to presentation, to representation, to green screening, to creativity, to logic, to even jokes half the time, to be honest. The best jokes are the ones they hadn't intended. But I liked the fight choreography and animation. Those came from different departments. And it's all wrapped up into the best case scenario for a movie stuck in development hell. And it shows. So many stranded ideas that almost come together to explain something cohesive, but across the board, it is just a messy splay of Minecraft. And Jack Black. God, can you imagine what this movie would look like if literally anyone else played Steve? It would be untenable. So I guess somehow, it still wasn't the most worst, terrible Minecraft movie. But it was long enough for me to actually ramble about it for 2 hours and 20 minutes total. Did anyone else feel like nighttime came by pretty fast? Because it certainly feels like it to me. Here's to the sequel that will undoubtedly be worse for not hitting that irony right. Because I literally think the creators did not know how they did this. But for now, I need to finally rest things up here. 16 pages in. For now, my name's been Daz. Thank you very much for reaching the end of this video. Do tell me your thoughts on the terrible Minecraft movie, if you must. I'm sure I covered pretty much most of the beats. Probably. Let's hear your pitch for what's probably going to be called another Minecraft movie. And I shall see you all in a little bit. Cheerio.